clicks.
Yeah. What
I'll think.
is this crazy ass guy gonna say today? I'm surprised
Man,
he ain't squatting.
when I went to go see Cuckoo earlier today, guess how many people were in the theater?
3?
2. Me and my daughter.
Awesome.
That was it.
That's
we
awesome.
it was the first time first time I've been to a studio movie grill in a long damn time. But yeah, it was just me and her sitting in that damn thing. You hear all the excitement with aliens playing next door.
Hey man,
maybe want to go back and watch that shit again.
Those times are the best though. Like there was, I forgot what movie it was, but it was earlier this year, and the usual theater me and the wife go to, we went there, and I mean, it's not like it's a big theater where there's usually people, like, or it's packed and all that. I mean, but what theaters are nowadays, unfortunately. But there's usually like a handful of people in there. This night there was nobody in there but me and her. I was like, this is fucking awesome. It's just perfectly, like, you hear everything, you feel you just feel everything.
Yes.
Film. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy a full theater when with the right crowd.
It has to be the right movie too, because like Twister's full theater was fun. Aliens IMAX full theater was fucking insane. I mean, it was just like everybody. I mean, like movies like that. They're an experience. It's not something that you go see. It's something that you experience. That's what another thing that defines a big Hollywood blockbuster. Now, granted, this movie's not going to make what Deadpool Wolverine makes or something like that. It's not going to even sniff $1 billion. But it makes me wonder, why was this movie released at this time of year versus like at the beginning of the summer?
Yeah.
Because usually blockbusters are not released in August, and this one, I'm telling you, this is just it was a very good damn movie compared to the other movies I've seen. And it's like I'm debating. I mean, it's been creeped up in my top 3, and it might end up being it might be number 1. This stuff for this year.
By the end of the year,
it could easily be. It could easily be because we've talked about how the rating system it's kind of flawed. So you got to kind of add that negative aspect into the negative number to make it make sense. But I mean, I enjoyed Bad Boys. I enjoyed that movie. I think I gave it like 4 stars. And this movie's clearly better than that. But Bad Boys was a good time too. It was a good time for summer.
Nice. But actually, I'll be watching and reviewing that on Popcorn and Pints next week. Which reminds me, I got to edit the episode for tomorrow. I'll work on it. Doomsday was good, man. Was good. How's it going? But we are here to discuss, you guessed it, From Dusk Till Dawn. And if you've seen the movie, take the shot. You know what I'm talking about. That's all I got to say. Take the shot. So this was the first time watch for me. And holy shit.
It just blows my mind that you just finally saw this movie today.
It blows my mind too. And it's one of those ones like where it was, I guess the best way to describe it is, how you hear of a movie, right? And here and there, people, or you just hear of a movie, a title of a movie. Nobody really says anything about it, too much about it, so it doesn't really like sink in. But you just kind of hear about it in passing every now and then. That's what this was for me. And then I heard a couple things about it. I'm like, I gotta check this out. But it was still like not like nobody like grabbed me or like, yo, let's watch it. Sturdy, let's watch this movie. Which I know I'm a grown man, but still, if it's one of those, like, yo, let's just watch this movie. Let's check this movie out or whatever the case may be. For whatever reason, it just didn't like cross my shit. It didn't cross my for me, it didn't cross my Sturdy sit down and watch this until the whole pod thing about it, of course. And I'm just like, wow. I guess a good thing, we're talking about it now, so it's a good thing that I'm just seeing it now and it's cool like talking to you guys. I'm sure you guys seen it quite a few times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And just to answer Doomsday, I'm doing great. How about you, gentlemen? How you guys doing? Gio
Oh, we're
and Troy.
good.
I'm doing great. Doing great.
There we
It's
go. There we
Friday.
go.
You know, can't complain.
I agree with you on that. Yes, great movie. Yeah, I'm a little shocked myself. Believe it or not, I'm a little shocked myself. Not disappointed though, but I'm a little shocked. And oh my gosh, man.
I'm definitely not shocked because you have a whole bunch of movies that you've never seen the first time.
Very true.
I know last year you had a lot of them that you've never
Very
seen.
true. And I do like it because there is a lot of films that I know as a grown man now, like watching it, say in my childhood versus watching it now. I'm not saying I wouldn't like it then. I probably would have loved it, especially Salma Hayek. Oh my gosh, we'll get to that later. But anyway, get all hot and bothered. Definitely, man, definitely. You got to hop on one of these late night shows with us, man. You got to hop on one of these late night shows. I mean, this would have been a perfect one to hop on a review with us. There's still time. But no, what I was getting at is like just certain things, certain themes, certain stories, just anything that happens in a movie you may not understand as a child that you do as an adult, and certain things that you'll pay attention to more than just, I'll say more than just the blood, guts, and boobs, because that's what I was teen years, preteen years, shit, even adult years. It's still the same, but I look for more now. But you know, I'm not gonna be upset if that happens. And this movie delivered in so many freaking ways. So many ways I didn't even ask for, didn't think of. Like you get the first half is like, oh shit, it's one of these, like, I guess you would see a gangster type movie or whatever, or one of those a theme like that, to a straight up horror film, a vampire film. And for you guys know me, sounds good, Doomsday. Sounds good. Everybody go check Doomsday's Crypt Out. He has an amazing fucking channel. Go check him out on YouTube. Shit, what did I just say before that? God damn it, Sturdy. You guys remember what I was saying before that? Come on, Troy.
No, you were just talking about the movie in general, about how it started and what it kind of like morphed into. My question actually would be, imagine just watching this movie for the first time and not being told that it's kind of like a combination of two different things. I saw this movie the first time originally where I'm just sitting there thinking this is a crime heist movie and this is what it is. And then all of a sudden, all this other shit, it just blew my mind the first time I saw it, you know? I mean, so I think these are like one of those movies that, I don't know, you just kind of want to give as like the least amount of information you can to somebody before they watch it, if possible. Even it's kind of like impossible in this day and age.
I'm honestly, I didn't get too many. Like the biggest spoiler I got was the snake dance scene. That's the honest. I'm not even joking. Besides that, and I'll say the whole twist as far as from the gangster film or whatever you want to call it to the vampire film. Other than that, but again, that's not a. I wish going into it, I didn't know that. I wish going into it, I didn't even know Salma Hayek was in the movie and know about the snake dance, because that would have just been a gorgeous surprise. Not that it wasn't, but you know what I mean. But no,
it's just one of those movies that's perfectly defined where you put when they say when you put the foot on the gas and it's nonstop. Once they get to that point, put the foot on the damn gas, it's just nonstop. It's like a freight train and shit. It's just badass.
I couldn't have said it any better. And I want to just bring up the conversation we were having before this, that you actually started, Troy, and brought up, was of this being now we know there's a trilogy out there, people, so hear us out. This being a trilogy, but as far as like splitting these two movies up into three movies, you say like the second half of this movie, this was Troy's idea, just so you guys know, but the second half of this movie is pretty much the third movie. Part two can be, the vampire portion of it. Maybe you don't know they're vampires yet, or maybe you find out at the end of part two, and then part three is where they kind of meet up and just, what happened in from like that second half.
Yeah, it's like the showdown at the titty twister. That's basically the third film. But
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
to me, yeah, the first, they have the first movie be the heist, and then the second movie the vampire stuff, and kind of have them kind of connected a certain type of way, and then kind of have it. This is like the showdown. It's the third movie or whatever, Which I guess kind of like. I mean, I think they maybe tried to attempt that. Not the same thing, but Planet Terror and what was the other movie? The Grindhouse shit.
Death Proof.
They did. Yeah, Death Proof. I mean, they could have did the same thing with that shit too. They could have made going by the same ideology. You got those two movies. They were both released the same time, at the theater at the same time. Maybe you could have had a third movie with both of those elements combined together at that point or something, Because Grindhouse, that was Robert Rodriguez as well, right? I think it was.
I'm not sure.
You know that Giovanni? I think it was one of them. One of those movies wasn't Planet Terror or Death Proof. Wasn't one of those Robert Rodriguez also?
I don't remember.
Wasn't Death Proof Tarantino?
Okay, so one was Robert Rodriguez and the other was Tarantino. Then okay, I think that's right. Because I went to the theater to see that also. God, I'm old, but yeah, that was a good time.
You shouldn't say that about yourself. I gotta watch Planet Terror. You shouldn't say that about yourself, man. You're not old. You're just older than all of us on here. He said yes, it was Rodriguez. Oh man. Shit.
No, we'll see 10 years down the road or whatever, 15 years now. Well, no, God, that'd be pretty damn sad, You're 50 and all, so I'm like in my 60s showing up on your damn show and shit. Still, that'd be
dope. Listen. Just because we get old doesn't mean you gotta stop streaming and shit. We ain't doing that bullshit. Ain't gonna be no old shaming. Make it cool, make it fun.
I don't know. By that time, I'll have to have my medicine and stuff. By that time, I'll have to be in bed by 7. So to change your whole.
Oh, we'll do like an early pre-record and then just have one of the young kids drop it at midnight for us, and we just. We ain't gonna be up that damn late.
We'll act like we're up late.
The only way that's working is if we sleep all day Friday. Wake up at like 9 o'clock.
Shit, let's go ahead and do some keg stands, damn it.
You're gonna call it the early bird special.
Yep. There you go. The early bird special. 5 o'clock in the morning.
That'd be a badass promo though. It'd be like that special would have like a plate of like sausage and eggs on it, so like a blue light over the top of the shit. That'd be our brand.
Hey man, I'm just saying that's an idea. We can use it. We should do it. Don't steal it.
Oh, it's yours, dude. You can have it.
No. I'm talking about all of us. We can use this. Use this on Sturd over. Just come in here and just look old one night for some breakfast.
No, just
old one night with some breakfast.
Just have one of those busks of me like the NFL and shit, the Hall of Fame. Just have me just sit behind you, looking on in approval.
I have to figure something out.
But what do you rate? What do you rate this movie though? Because I mean, that's like it's just like, I mean, Giovanni, for how long ago have you seen? I mean, you've probably seen this movie for quite some time too, right? It's probably something you've seen like several times.
Yeah, but I saw it a couple of times like years ago. So when I rewatched it earlier today, I told myself, I was like, where the fuck is the horror in this again? I'm like, because I couldn't fucking remember.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, to me, I don't know if this is, you call this horror, you call this action?
I'll call it a blend. It's I'll say light on the horror, but I'd give it just because of the vampires, I guess, and they actually do kill and use their teeth to kill. It's not just some like shooting and bullshit like that. They actually do kill. We watch a lot of vampire movies where nothing fucking happens.
True.
They end up fucking falling in love and bullshit, and people throw that in the horror category. Yeah. This violence actually happens. I'd say you can call it second half horror, half action.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like that Alien thing, the Alien and Aliens. Alien they say is horror, and then they say Aliens is more action. So,
listen,
this is really kind of depend on what you.
If those big ass aliens came on Earth, would you be scared? Yes. That's a horror movie.
I stood up next to one and stuff a couple of days ago and shit. I ain't scared of them. I was still bigger, clearly bigger. Look at the picture.
That was fake though. I mean, a real one with all the weapons and the intelligence they have.
I don't know. It was a screener. It was a screener event, man. Don't fuck up my fantasy. That was real. It was all real.
Well, it was behaving, man. It was chilling. It was doing it.
He didn't want none of me. That's all it was.
I didn't want to embarrass you. I was like, oh man, I don't want to hurt this old ass kid. I go back to space. I'm like, yo, you picked on that old senior citizen. He's about to get his AARP card. You're over here bullying him. How are you gonna be over here bragging about that?
I'm floating off in space like the dudes in an Airplane 2 and shit, just shaking and just floating off.
Sure. This is what I always wanted. Like, Troy, why? I'm just gonna do my show from space. Yo, if you get reception up there, man, ain't nobody topping you. I'm gonna just quit. I'm like, yo, everybody be watching Troy all the damn time. Somehow his battery's always charged, everything. He just keeps talking about shit.
Live from space.
Holy shit. But no, this movie though, man, like, it honestly surprised me in how good it was. And the reason why I say that is because, you know how when people tell you, like, so when this was one of those movies where a lot of different fucking people like, yo, you are going to enjoy this movie. You are going to love this movie. This, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see. Let me check it out. I have to see it for myself before I can take somebody's word for that. But so many people have said that to me about this film, and it's been about that. You know, people say it about a bunch of different films, and a lot of times it's just like, for me, I'm like, that's very
it falls flat. Yeah, it falls flat.
It's almost like you give it too much hype and they're expecting that hype, which I always try to go into the films with zero expectations, but sometimes it's harder than sometimes it's
harder now because what I told you earlier is about these like for Neon, for example, their movie production company, a lot of these places outsource who does their trailers.
See, and that's the big reason why I skip trailers though.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta skip, because if you watch a trailer for Cuckoo, you watch a trailer for Longlegs, you think you're getting ready to see the scariest movies you've ever seen in your damn life. You know, and it's not like that when you get there.
I close my eyes.
I mean, congratulations to the marketing people. They're doing their damn job, but they're kind of still doing a disservice. You know, because all it takes is that first day for it to come out for people to say it sucked. You know, and it's not like it was 15 years ago where people are still go to that movie in droves the whole damn weekend. That faucet's turned off on fucking Thursday night. That faucet can be turned off from people coming to see your shit during the weekend comes. All it just takes, for a lot of people say it sucks all of a sudden.
And for me, if it's horror, I don't care what other people think about it. I'll still go see it if it's in theaters. That's the only genre I'll do. I mean, that's the main genre I go for the theaters for anyway. Unless it's something else that me or the wife really, really wants to see. Other than that, it's just horror. But that's the only genre I can enjoy a bad movie for, to be honest with you, is horror. I have a fun time with it, have a good, because any other genre where the movie is bad, like a bad comedy movie is not funny. Because there's no, like, as far as like a comedy movie, there's few and far between that are like really good stories and hilarious, if there is any. There's movies that have some comedy to it that are, great stories.
When you go to the theater, do you go, like for a horror movie, do you go for like all the bells and whistles, the IMAX, all that shit, or you just go like regular? Okay.
But now we just go to our local little theater and just because we love going to the movies. I don't care about all the bells and whistles and all that extra shit. I just want to go. It's cheaper that way too. It's a lot cheaper that way to go.
I agree. We had one like that, and they tore it down and they didn't tear it down. They turned it into a mega church. But it was real nice. I mean, it wasn't. Well, actually, it was a dump, but it was my dump.
I get what you mean though. It was one of those ones where it's like a nice comfort theater. You know the theater. You damn near know the people that work there. Where it's like, hey, to where like we walk in there and they know, like, if there'll be one horror movie playing and everything else, they'll be, we already know what you guys are here for. We already know what you're here for, and I love that shit. Like it's one of those things where, like, you know what I mean? It's like you go to that local deli or a local, hey, it's the go sit at your, we already know what you're gonna say. Go sit at that table in the corner and.
And those places are great just because
It makes you feel
I'm
welcome.
I'm a big person of like gestures and stuff. Like saying if I'm having a horrible day in the morning and someone opens the door, holds the door open for me while I'm going to the gas station trying to get my cup of coffee, that could alter and change my whole day. Just like going like to a mom or pop place or whatever, where you're known a little bit. You'd be having the most shittiest day ever. And then somebody can be like, be friendly and something change your whole day.
You know what it is though? You know what the bigger thing of it is? The mom and pop shops, they care if you come back. They want your service. They want it to feel like a family atmosphere. The chains don't care because people are going to come and go. Either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't give two shits. Like, for one, it's not my business, so I don't care. So that's one. And then it's like, two, I just don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, two, I don't care. So, you know? But back to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful film. Do you guys remember your first time watches of this movie, and like what were your initial thoughts, or what were your like? Because for me, again, I was just like, holy shit, this lived beyond the expectations of what people told me. By the way, my rating is a 10 for this film because I fucking loved it.
Holy shit.
It was just such a good time from beginning to end. It was such a fun ride. And what I'm noticing about film, like, yes, depending on the type of movie, like for this type of movie, you want a fun fucking ride. And this movie was a fun fucking ride. There's movies where you want an amazing story and you get those amazing stories, but then there's movies like this where you want just a good fucking great time. You don't really care about the story too much. The guy's trying to get to Mexico. You're trying to get to the Titty Twister bar for all the cool shit to happen, basically. For more cool shit to happen. Because the first half of it is more like, I wouldn't say it broke my heart in a sense. I don't want to sound cold, but I'll say it's more sad or more heartbreaking the first half with the kills and shit. But the second half, where it turns into the horror movie, it's not as sad. You know, does that make sense? You know what I mean? Because you're expecting the violence, especially with the vampires and shit.
What, you felt sorry for the dude that got killed with holding the fish?
No, I didn't feel sorry for him. No. I didn't feel sorry for him at all. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like if the movie would have stayed just that half, the first half of the gangster type of film, it would have been more heartfelt with those type of kills, is what I mean. Versus it turning into the horror thing, to where it's just like, you want to see the bodies rack up. I want to see some cool. You want to see some cool kills. You want to see some cool horror kills in these movies, and we got some dope shit. Shout out to Danny Trejo, by the way. He was awesome in this. And he's Gio's adopted uncle as of now. But back to you guys, though. Do you guys remember your first initial times of watching this film? Like, what you really thought of it, especially if you had friends that were just like, yo, watch this shit, or whatever the case may be, or if you've seen it in theaters. You guys remember that?
I do. I'll let Gio.
Yeah, go ahead, Gio.
Answer first. Yeah.
I mean, for me, I was extremely young, so to me, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And at the end, just like, oh, it turned out to be a monster film. But rewatching it again, it's a little bit different than watching it when I was little. Because when you're little, for me, I just think of it like, oh, that's some cool shit. And then you just move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep.
So fascinated as a child, but then when you got older, not as fascinating. Because I mean, that's relatable to me with other movies. You know, it's like because I grew up. I mean, like I said, I'm older, but there's like movies that I loved as a child. I was like, oh my god, it's so incredible. But then when I seen it maybe like 10, 15 years later or whatever, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking as a kid? It's like I've ruined my childhood even coming back revisiting this shit.
Yeah, because when you're watching it when you're little, it's like you're not analyzing it. You're just watching it and enjoying it. But when you rewatch it when you're a little bit older, now you're analyzing and paying attention to certain things.
I love that. Really quick, though, I love what you just said in the beginning, Gio, because that is one thing I do try my best to do. Yes, I will analyze the film and all the other shit. I will talk shit about it. But I try to enjoy the film for what it is. Like as my first thing, just like that little child thing. But It's tough for a lot of fucking films nowadays. I will say that. It's tough for a lot, and then just being an adult and understanding shit more. It's even tougher. It's just like fuck, man. This is some.
Mhm.
I wish I would have seen this shit when I was a kid because this movie's fucking stupid.
Mhm.
But
No, like
and just
with
to have the
me,
nostalgia factor of certain films. But really
true.
quick, but before you finish up, Gio, what are your guys' ratings, real quick, and then I want you to finish for your initial feeling of this film. Just before we forget, so I don't forget.
Well, you said you were 10, correct?
Oh yeah, I gave this shit a 10.
I'd probably give it like a 7, 7.5, maybe 8 somewhere in there, and that's not knocking it in any kind of way.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
no.
it was a fun damn movie. I mean, the movie to me is still really really fun.
Mhm.
I mean, I can understand. I mean, I never looked at it really as like a scary movie. I looked at it probably more just it's like an action movie. It has like a horror or
Elements.
horror like the element to it, and it's just like it's just this train going. It's just the shit that's we're driving off into a damn ditch. We're just driving off on a highway. We just let go of the fucking steering wheel, and here we are. Whatever happens, happens.
Going to the Twitty Twister.
Yeah, on our way to the Titty Twister. You know, I saw the movie in college, so it's like to me it's a little bit different. You know, this is like I said, at this time we had a little free movie network or whatever, and I was in college up in Wisconsin, and I think Pulp Fiction was on there. This was on there. Dazed and Confused was on there. Usual Suspects was on there. And I mean, these are movies that we watched. It was just like part of our ritual, you know. It was just, we would watch this shit all the damn time, you know. So whether it's you're drinking, you're smoking, or whatever, you know, this is just it, you know. So I think with me, it just has more of a nostalgic type of feel of just like the friends that I had back then, the group of people that I was hanging out with at that time, you know. You know, similar to you guys, you know, movie buffs, you know. We all got our levels of expertise in particular genres. We all like what we like, and we all can describe why we like things on an intelligent level and open to other people's opinions. Well, you know, you might not agree with them, but you're also like, cool, that's your opinion. It's like I can respect that. You know what I mean? So it's different, you know.
It is. I do love the shit talking about movies though. I love it. It's fun. It's fun. It's just like with sports. You talk about your sports teams, whatever the case may be. We're not going to go there now. Not now. We'll do that on another show.
Just keep on focusing on the spinning wheel, and you'll be standing side by side with me.
In solidarity, but not in football solidarity. Solidarity as men, yes. As brothers, yes. That's it. Movie buffs,
Damn.
yes. But football fans, a fan of the sport, yes. Teams, no.
Damn. Well, it was worth a shot, dude.
Try.
It was worth a shot. Keep on trying.
But Gio, what was your rating? And then going back to like your initial feel of the film from childhood till now, actually.
After rewatching it, I'd give it an 8.
8?
If it was more like the second half of the movie, it would have been a 10 for me. But it's just the first part that throws a lot of the second part off for me. Because there's a lot of stuff that you didn't really get a lot of redemption for that first part. And like as a child, like I said, I can't really remember just because I was probably like 8 or 9. So like watching it, I just thought it was cool as shit. But like rewatching it now, then you start to analyze a whole bunch of shit and actually look at it and pay attention. And to me, I mean, you just have to look at it as it's just a really dope movie, but I just wish it was more of that second half.
If the survivors changed, if the survivor makeup of the movie changed, would that change your opinion? Like, for example, like the atonement, like saying for George Clooney's character, say if he died, would that change your opinion with it? Because you're talking like more like consequences like built from the first part of the movie, correct?
In the beginning of the movie, you could kind of tell that he's more of the good version of that group between him and his brother. So you already know he had like a protective side to him, but he just didn't want to do the kills. He just wanted to just do the robbery. So you could tell he still had like that protective factor
Mhm.
throughout the movie. So I think
Mhm.
redemption, I mean, yes and no. I mean, he was still an asshole at the end. How the hell
Mhm.
you leave a fucking
Mm.
white girl in Mexico with a little bit of money?
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's about to get robbed or fucking dead within the next
Yeah.
day.
Yes. You think the vampire part could have been more gorier?
I think for how the year was, I think it was pretty much perfect because I think what this movie came out in 96 and the
Mhm.
following year you had Buffy. So I think it reminded me a lot of it, especially the vampire part of it,
Ooh, the
especially with
look.
the face
Mhm.
and like the style of it. It reminded me so much of it. And I think I like it a lot more just because I think it pretty much was a good influence to Buffy.
Mhm. Oh, what about Blade though too? Because Blade kind of had like the similar, like even the opening when they die, they kind of like shrivel up and
Oh yeah.
they
I
turn to
mean, to
ash.
me, Blade is perfect. Favorite
Yeah.
series.
Mhm. I mean, God, that was just the opening. That opening sequence of Blade, shit, it was just so damn
I
badass.
haven't seen that in years. I need to watch that again.
It's worth a rewatch. It's
Every
definitely
year.
worth a rewatch. Blade, yes. Blade 2. The CGI kind of aged horribly. The CGI wasn't that bad when, let me be honest, it wasn't that great when it first came out. Blade flipping all around, jumping and doing all
Hmm.
this acrobatic shit. But I mean, Blade, that's the first big money maker for Marvel movies, man. So
That's awesome.
Wesley is like, I wish they would. I mean, talking to Blade about Blade quickly. I wish they would just cancel this whole new Blade movie and just go ahead and give Wesley Snipes the send off that he deserves with Blade. Let him do it.
With how everything's been going with the directive, they still might cancel it just because everybody keeps canceling the being the director. There's a whole bunch of people
Hmm.
quitting from it. Like it's already been long overdue for
Yeah,
this
but
movie.
nobody, and what's his name didn't mention it in his last like conference call. It's just kind of like disappeared off the schedule altogether. So
Wow.
who knows? I mean, but I would prefer just that Wesley Snipes have his send off in that role. You know, I would really like to see that because I mean, when I saw him walk out, and that when I seen him again, it put a big ass smile on my face in that
Hell yeah.
theater, man.
I
I
fucking
was,
geeked out.
yeah, I
That
was
was
so damn
awesome. Hell,
happy. I was
that was
so
pretty
damn
awesome.
happy.
Especially with the
That
liner
was
that he said, like there will always only be one blade. And then
Hell
you see
yeah,
Deadpool look over to the camera like,
yeah. I'll give.
yeah,
awesome.
exactly. And I think with the reception that he has gotten from this movie, I
Hmm.
think that pretty much just tells you to like, hey, fucking Marvel,
Be
you
smart.
only have one blade. You only have one Wesley Snipes. This is the
Hmm.
perfect time to do anything.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You cannot do another blade with somebody else.
No,
he's right. He's right.
and even with Gambit, that was some fun shit, wasn't it?
It was
I
fun.
thought it was fun. I don't know if I want to see a
Okay.
movie with all of it, but it was pretty fucking
Yeah,
fun.
I'm glad you said that. I was gonna say it was fun. It was funny. All that. But as far as like a serious tone Gambit film, no.
I don't know when he was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make a name for myself right now." Here, I was like, "Shit, let's go!" I'm like, "Yes,
But it was
do this
funny.
shit,"
Oh, it was
But
hilarious.
I don't know if I could do a whole movie of that. I could do a
I
whole
got
movie of
to.
Blade. Hell, I might. You could give me another trilogy of Wesley Snipes Blade right now, and you
I
can
gotta see
make the
that.
shit work. You can make it work.
I gotta see it again. It's been too damn long.
Especially since, he brought them back from the TVA. They're all
Hmm.
back from their worlds.
I was kind of disappointed how they kind of shoehorned the TVA in there because I was kind of expecting Owen Wilson to be in there too. You know what I mean? Or am I the only person that would think that thinks that? I mean, it just seems like I kind of just expected it to be more connection. It seemed like because that Loki season 2 was so damn good to me. Yeah, I mean, this is just really good shit.
Loki? No, I didn't watch those.
Yeah, well, I mean, Loki 2 just had some elements where they would kind of like reveal something towards the end, and they would have like this like creepy type of music like playing. Like it felt like it was like almost like Twilight Zone anthology type shit.
Yeah.
You know, it had like a real eerie type of vibe to it. It just seemed like it was perfect. You know.
The only thing that throws me off about Loki 2 is the whole Kang situation, and with this dude, Jonathan Majors, because it's like, I mean, it ruined so many elements for the entire Marvel.
Yeah.
Because being the big bad, and then having Ant-Man 3 being one of the worst movies that didn't make no fucking sense, because with Kang being there, like you made him, like it was interesting, but you made him look extremely weak.
It was too ambitious of a movie for it to be an Ant-Man movie. That's the whole problem right there. But you know how to me, I was telling a friend how you could have fixed the ending. You know when Paul Rudd was walking, when the movie was over, he's walking on the side of the street, playing over the scenario in his head. Well, and he started like kind of double thinking what happened, and it might not have happened. That's when his whole world was kind of like just swallowed his ass up, and Kang actually won, and Kang's gonna tell him all the things that really happened, and that's how you show strength with Kang versus having him lose to fucking Ant-Man or into a bunch of damn ants. You know, I mean, that's the role I would have took, or the route I would have took, but to me, it was just too ambitious. I mean, I thought Kang would be a perfect villain for MCU, you know, and I thought he would have been great before Doctor Doom, and I just feel like we're kind of being cheated. And I would have recasted, but I would have recasted Black Panther also. You know, these are cartoon characters, man. They're not. I mean, it's different.
I mean, they have the funniest situation if they can do it, but it will be probably too fucked up for
Terrence Howard.
No.
That's Kang.
No, you have
I'm Kang, man.
You have RDJ, Tropic Thunder.
Oh god.
It'll be fucked up, but the funniest way to do it.
Oh man, that would piss people off.
I would have recasted the Kang role with that dude. Well, I probably would have did the same. I would have did it for Black Panther, the same damn dude. The dude that's in the beginning of Get Out, walking with the phone. You know, the guy's like screaming in the middle of the movie saying "Get Out." I would have casted him as Black Panther. I would have casted him as damn Kang. I thought that dude's a great actor. You know, I mean, that dude has had aspirations of wanting to play Joker some damn time. You know, which I would have been against, but still, I mean, the dude's a pretty good damn actor. He has acting chops. He could have pulled both those roles off, I thought. But yeah, I just think that the death of Chadwick Boseman, and then not having, I think if he would have still been alive, it would have been much different for Marvel, and they wouldn't have had like this rough patch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they wouldn't have. For Black Panther 2, I still haven't watched it. I don't know if I am or not. But
you should watch it. I mean, there's a lot of nods and winks or whatever. Obviously, you should watch it just for that fact.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Killmonger. God, such a great damn villain. I wish they could have did some more stuff with him. You know,
I mean, I don't want to ruin anything because you haven't watched it, but I do have an opinion of that.
Shit.
Because I haven't watched it.
Yeah, because you haven't watched it.
Oh, I don't care if it's Marvel. I don't give a shit if you spoil that. It's just my horror movies.
Because to me, they really should have kept Killmonger. Because in the first movie, they didn't say he died.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And he could have easily done the same thing like he did with Bucky. Put him in the fucking chamber, let him sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's how you could have saved that second movie.
Mm-hmm.
You would have had him restore his whole foundation of like what Wakanda is. And then he would have been a better version of Killmonger. And I think that would have been a better version, but he would have been still that ruthless Killmonger that you needed.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Black Panther 2 had a lot of good parts, but also a lot of questionable parts.
That fell real, that was either questionable or fell flat, you know.
Hmm.
That sucks. Does it felt like it was kind of rushed in some ways?
I don't know if it's rushed. I think it was actually pretty well. I think they probably thought they had it pretty well thought out. They did the best they could.
Yeah, because it's a long film. It's time-wise,
really
I think
is.
it was really well done. It's just there's a lot of sequences that
Or it didn't
I don't
hit?
know that fell flat for me.
Mhm.
That sucks. I'll check it out eventually.
Yeah, I mean it's not a top 10 for Marvel, that's for sure. I mean, it's probably in the back. What would you say? Like probably back in the top 20 somewhere.
Yeah, so like in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, that's not terrible, but damn, because just how well the first one was, amazing. The first one was, in my opinion. But
it was just that movie in itself was just an event. I mean, I think some people probably took the event of part of it probably way too goddamn far, but still it was an event in itself.
I can't say that though, and the reason why I can't say that is because you have people that'll go see the Avengers dressed up as Iron Man, and I guess if it makes people feel good, it makes them happy. I understand what you're getting to, Troy. But if it makes them feel good, makes them feel proud and happy, especially I guess the big thing, because this was big for me, was like finally seeing a hero, a serious hero that looks like us on the big screen instead of like Blank Man or some bullshit like that.
We have Black Dynamite, dude. That's all the hero we've ever needed.
Not enough, man. The kids can't watch the Black Dynamite. He has his dick out.
It's still Black Dynamite. No, I get what you're saying, but I'm not going to a movie wearing a dashiki neither. I'm not doing all that shit. But
no. But that's not. But again, that's not you though. But I can't fault the other person next to me doing it. Hey, if it's making them happy, they're not bothering anybody doing it. Because there's people that dress up again as Darth Vader and everything else. They'll be right there in them hot ass masks watching the whole movie. So if somebody wants to wear the dashiki and it makes them feel good,
I can't
powerful.
Judge because I can't judge because I mean.
You're a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
so you can't
Sturdy,
judge.
Fuck you. Of course I can judge. Worth $10 billion. I got a jersey that says billion with a 10 on front of it. We ain't gonna win shit, but we worth $10 billion. God, it's just the worst relationship to be in. I don't even want to start.
Oh man, we're not. We'll say that for the season.
That's what it's like being a Cowboy fan, just knowing you're constantly being cheated on. Being cheated on and they on drugs and every damn thing else. That's being a Cowboy fan. but I still love them.
Hey, man, it gets rough. It's abusive being a Niners fan. You think you're finally getting the ring, and then nope, take it right from you.
But that's the thing, though, because you guys fuck up just as much as the Cowboys do. But the Cowboys get paid. I mean, they get it way worse than y'all do. You guys, I mean, have just as many losing seasons as we done had.
It's because you guys have the most obnoxious fans in the world of any sport.
Guilty. But I hate my own fan base, so that's the whole thing.
And the funny thing is, like, not for nothing, for the most part, with any football fan I know, the most shit talking is like during the season, especially when it's team versus team. Other than that, I don't know any obnoxious football fans just in general. But there's just something about them damn Cowboys fans that everybody knows about it. It's just like, I don't know where all these really obnoxious ones are, but I know they're out there.
I know where they're at. Trust me. I know I follow half of them on Facebook, and they follow me. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's like I love the Cowboys. I love them to death, but I hate probably like about 50% of my own fan base. I'm a self-hating Cowboy fan. I have issues.
You do. But you know what doesn't have issues? In my opinion, From Dusk Till Dawn. This is just a fun time, a good time. And that's why I gave it a 10. Because again, if you're going by story and all that shit, no, of course not. But if you're just going by, for me, having an amazing time with a movie for this type of film, it did its fucking job. And then some. And
yeah, I can respect that.
It definitely lived up to the hype. This is something, if I watched it back in 96, I would have been, like 10, 11 years old. I would have liked it for different reasons. Blood, guts, and boobs. And just that. And the cool vampires.
And Salma.
Yes. That's a reason from in the womb to the tomb because she's in the movie. That's enough reason to watch it because of snake dance.
Yeah. So to me, it's just like, I mean,
But
it's like I'm more just around the 8 round. I mean, I don't think there's any wrong answer as far as like ranking. I mean, we all agreed it was a fun movie. I mean, I'm just kind of like at that point where I just kind of think that the ranking system is just inadequate. It does not work because
well, you know what it is? It's because the ranking system is not fact. It's all opinions. On it, you can say facts when it comes to film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, not when it comes to film. When it comes to the dollar, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as far as like when it comes to joy, shit. Not everybody's rating films. Not everybody's going out to the theaters either. But there's a lot of people watching a lot of bullshit, like myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I want to go.
Shit, there's a lot of shit that I watch and enjoy that's never even thought about being in the damn theaters. They're just like, nah, this ain't even going to Blu-ray or streaming. This is going.
I went to go see Twister. I had a fun time. I thought the movie is fun, but I mean, I'm never going to watch that movie ever again.
That's fair, though.
From Dusk Till Dawn, but there's movies like that. There's movies you can have a good time. Super Mario Brothers movie. I'll never watch that shit ever again in my life.
I'll give you a great example of a terrible movie I watched the other day that I had such a fucking fun time with. Reviews coming out within the next few weeks.
Gotcha and Hess?
No, I hated that movie. CGI. I'm going to get it right this time, James. Shout out to you. CGI Gator. Ridiculous. Stupid. Yes. Did the CGI Gator look ridiculous? Yes. Did I love it? Yes. Did it float or fly? It did. Did it knock on a door and ring a doorbell? Guess what? It fucking did. And did Sturdy love it? He did. Why? Because the movie did what it was supposed to do. They knew what they could do. Like, you know what I mean? With certain films where they know, it's like, listen, this is where my talent level is. This is where the budget is. This is what we could do. Let's just make it. Let's have fun with it. Or if it's an amazing, and that goes for a great film to a cheesy film that we enjoy. That's the
reason why Sharknado is successful. They made so many of those. People had fun watching those damn stupid ass movies.
Not me. Gio loves them. He has a Sharknado tattoo on his ankle.
Well, damn. But I mean, there's a large consensus of people that actually enjoyed those movies. One is free, is on regular TV. And I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, it was fun. I mean, some of the shit, just tongue in cheek, just stupid, silly shit.
I don't know. See, now for me, like I'll talk shit about movies all the time, but I'll never like shit talk the fan of that film.
Yeah.
If you enjoy the film, you enjoy the film. I'm gonna talk shit about that film day and night, like Blood Lake. See, Gio knows. He knows. Did you watch that yet, Troy? He's keeping me.
I'm waiting for I can see you in person.
I'm not watching it with you. This isn't gonna be like a therapy thing. You gotta watch that by yourself.
Yep, I'll watch that soon. Okay, we'll watch Blood Lake, and then we can watch the Lion King live action for you. Because I know you love Disney live action. But see, I'm not a Disney guy, so to me it wouldn't matter. I'm not going to watch the animated
Disney
version
was out
or the
in
live action version.
1918. So of course you're not a Disney guy.
The live action Disney shit I was watching was like Jimmy Johnson and the fucking Apple Bunch gang, where the hell it was in the 70s. I don't know. It's different. Well, it's just different, man. Pete
is.
The Dragon, that shit. Like back then Disney had some stuff, but it's like I aged out by the time that stuff became popular. When you guys are sucking on your thumb watching Little Mermaid and shit, I was out in the streets.
Yeah, you were 40 by then. So of course. But for us young bucks, we enjoyed Disney growing up.
Again, I will give you this and I will raise you another.
In 1994, I was born in 85. So in 1994, when Lion King came out, I was still young enough to enjoy it. That's my favorite Disney movie.
85, I was like 11, sitting in the Pontiac Silverdome watching the Victory Tour. And shit.
11 plus 10.
Just thinking life couldn't get any better than this.
So you're 21 in 1985. Don't let them fool you guys. Black don't crack. Don't mean he ain't old.
I'm old, yeah, it's true. It don't crack. I'm giving y'all something to aspire for. Because some people that are my age that are black, that has most certainly cracked
Well,
several times.
were they messing with crack, or were they messing with some other stuff?
Nobody knows. Nobody
That's a
knows.
yes. When you say nobody knows, that's a yes. That motherfucker done stole.
I got a couple cousins that look like Frederick Douglass and shit, a couple of years older than
man.
me. They look like they go to debate with you. Like, as soon as you say something, they got to debate everything you say. They look like
Yeah, I bet
Frederick
you don't let them in your house either.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, they got the app, they got a big ass part and every fucking thing.
Yep, see? Oh, man. They probably never seen this movie from Dusk Till Dawn. They need to.
No, because it's weird, I'll say, that I'm sure you guys can all relate in a certain way that that some people that we might hang out with or whatever, whatever the national, they might feel like if they watch things outside of something that they're
Race watch that corny shit.
Yeah. So I
bullshit.
probably, like some people I used to hang out with back home, I can guarantee you I've watched way more movies, way more cultural type movies, way more obscure type of movies than probably like a lot of people from back home. Because a lot of them were just based off of, oh, I can't watch this because people won't think that I'm cool if I watch it.
Fuck that. That's why I did watch
it. That's stupid type of shit,
Yeah, it's brainwashing yourself. It's a slave mentality. Oh, because these 6 dudes that live up the street that ain't doing shit because they're gonna talk shit if I watch this movie. I'm not gonna watch. Fuck that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what the fucked up thing is, Sturdy, is that you want to hear what they have to say about it now? I can go to their house right now. They're still in the same fucking place they were 30 years ago.
Mentally,
judging everybody else, saying people are square and they're not hip and all this other damn shit. They're the same damn place they were.
I'm gonna tell you what it is right now. Here's what I'm gonna say. They're scared to watch these movies, and that's perfectly fine to be afraid of these films. It is perfectly fine if you're scared to have nightmares. And the whole thing of being tough is the way to, pretend that you're not scared of them. They're saying these movies are stupid or corny or whatever. It's okay to be scared, man. I used to be scared of these movies too when I first started watching them. I was 5, but hey,
it's a release, dude. I mean, we all go these things that we watch, like movies, whatever little form of entertainment, whether it's movies or music. If you like to read books, reading comics or whatever, is an escape because life itself. I mean, yeah, it's a roller coaster. I mean, you could be on a high in life, everything can go right, but when you're in the trenches and shit's fucking falling off the damn hinges, you need an escape, dude. Whether it's your damn workplace or whatever. Yeah, you need to be able to go back to you need to have your temple, whether that's a movie, whether it's your house, where you need to have your peace.
Yep.
You know.
Do. I would say, just to add on to that, Troy, I would even say, even if you have like a week that's just going good, you still need an escape, just like something you want to actually do and enjoy, where you could just relax. You know what I mean? Because you could just like say you may not love your job, you could just go to work, do your 9 to 5 or whatever, and just it's like whatever. I got to go to work, do my 9 to 5, and do what I got to do. I come home, do what I got to do, and it's like now I get to release and watch the freaking movie if that's your thing or whatever your thing is. You get to do that. I think it's important to do if you can. Like this is, if you can do it. My best advice, honestly, is if you could do it, if you don't have a hobby, try to find something that you like to do that is free. And the only reason I say free is it's something that you could do every day, or at least when you have time to do it. And it's something that's already at your house. If it's watching movies, if it's knitting, if it's whatever it is that you enjoy, that you just really love to do, that it's free, that you can do, that you already own or whatever, or super cheap.
Yeah,
do it. I mean, try to do it, and try to do it. I say try to do it at least once a week because it'll help your mental health. It really, I'm not even being funny. It'll really help your mental health a whole lot, like a whole fucking lot. Just because you're just like, it's something to look forward to. For one, like for me, like I tell people all the time, I'm genuinely a happy person. But I do a show 3 times a week with Horror Research 30, Sturd Vision, and Popcorn and Pints, and I'm watching the movies. The wife watches them with me 90% of the time, and then just watching these movies and showing reviewing.
See, that's nice.
It helps. Like it's just like
it's nice. Because the way you described it is nice because there's other people. I can tell you, I know other people that sit there and do the same thing where they don't have their significant other. It's not 90%. It's like maybe 10%. It might be 5%. So you should be, props to your woman because that's some good shit right there. I mean, she's being supportive.
So
that's very cool.
She's a huge movie buff like I am. Her favorite genre is horror like mine is, and then As far as my podcast equipment, she bought me my first mixer, and she was mad because I didn't use it for the first few months. I was trying to get shut, you know what I mean, setting stuff up in the
Mm-hmm.
background that she didn't know about or
Mm-hmm.
understand at the time. And now she's real supportive of it, which is great because then I can really, I can do my thing with this. I can really try.
Mm-hmm.
Got to meet you guys while doing
Absolutely.
this stuff, and it helps.
No,
It
and
makes
you're
things a hell of a lot easier. And then it's just
and Sturdy, you're doing an exceptional
appreciate it.
job. I mean, I haven't had a chance to watch your stuff. If you do have stuff, I mean, I would definitely love to see it and stuff. But
Yeah, mainly
I mean,
TikTok for his shit.
Well, I'm on TikTok as well and stuff. So I would definitely. I mean, I love to follow your stuff, and I mean, I will support you and stuff. But because I mean, it's just a hard thing to get into, and it's real easy to get discouraged. And people think it's just something that you turn on a switch and just magic just happens, and it's not like that at all. I wish it could be that easy. It's so much preparation involved. It's so much just thinking. There's like a lot of like double thinking yourself and uncertainty and stuff. It's a lot of, and just to have the courage to turn on that camera and should have it on yourself, and it takes a lot. It really, really does. But back to the movie, just to the movie experience, it's just like, because like I mentioned before, my mom died like 2 years ago. And I've been still kind of like dealing with that. I had like a bunch of different shit happen in the last 2 years. But I'm telling you, it's like these little movie moments, just like even the Alien Romulus, seeing a screener for that. Mm-hmm. It was just, I just felt like 100% normal for once, and it's been a while. It's just like, I felt like, it's like there's YouTubers and stuff there. And I just felt like I just fit right in with everybody else and shit, And it was just like really, really cool, just like feeling at ease for a little bit, So the escapism of movies or whatever your hobby is a very important thing to have that in your life.
It is. And that doesn't mean like escape from issues. That just means like just escape from reality, just to relax your mind for a little bit, just to have fun, laugh, let your hair down, kick your feet up. Basically.
Yeah, because sometimes you need that moment, because the problems are always going to be there until they're resolved and fixed. But it's always nice just to have another outlet, just to sit there and think and focus on something else for a minute.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't have to be a getting away from negativity. It could be just like, I'm having a great week, but now I just want to kick my feet up, relax, and do something I really love and enjoy doing. And go about it like that. But I was gonna say, like, with this stuff, with the potting, like watching these movies and just especially with the watch parties, with Sturd Vision, with the watch parties like that we do on Fridays, and then with reviewing the movies on any show that I'm on, it's awesome and it feels good because it reminds me of like growing up as a kid. We would get together, whatever movie, mostly horror, of course, but whatever we were watching, just getting together, sitting in the living room, getting your snacks, getting your pizza, your popcorn, whatever the case may be, depending on the fun too. Because your mom might just be like, listen, we're broke. We're having hot dogs and mac and cheese or beans and hot or just something. She's gonna whip something up really quick in the kitchen. Boom, that's what you guys are eating. Shut up.
Yeah.
You guys got a bunch of movies. We ain't renting shit. Shut up. Go watch your damn movies. That's what you do.
Yep.
But the thing is you're doing it as a group. That's the one thing that like I love this whole how we could do this. But there's nothing like doing this type of stuff in person, especially like sitting down as kids watching the movies or playing the games and all that stuff. Like, that's one thing. You see these
the Tino's pizza rolls and a tortilla, the little cheap pizzas and shit, and the little toaster oven and shit. Man.
You see all those you see all these memes now of the kids playing video games all like on one TV and shit, passing the controller or the 64 or whatever. And I'm just like, yo, we are
camaraderie.
We are that generation. Like we are that generation. That was that last generation to like really, really do that. Like the generations before me, I'll say the ones that started it. We all went through it though, but we were all, as a whole, we were like the ones to really, really be the ones that like. I mean, we'll still go back and play the older systems, but mostly we all play the newer shit. But to like just like all be in the same room playing these games, to just
it was nothing
being around the world because we're adults now.
Yeah, it was nothing like it's having your group of guys over, hanging out, kids and stuff, and just passing the controller around trying to beat this damn game and stuff, trying to beat this game before sunrise or whatever,
Not only that, trying to beat your. So we had this friend. Shout out to Joseph, yo. We any of us in our crew could buy a game. We could all practice and play it before he even knows we have it for. You could say damn near a year, but let's just say a month. This motherfucker played the first time and beat everybody every fucking time, just piss you off. Like, what? This is just bullshit. Like, there's no.
Is he the last Starfighter? What the fuck
Like,
the hell is he?
He was just one of the, you know what I mean? Everybody, you have that one friend that was just like talented at like every fucking thing, the fastest kid, the best kid in every fucking sport. Just like, what? Come on, man. Let me be good at something. I got horror now. You can't fuck with me with that. But but I'm just saying though, man. I miss those. I do miss those days, and I guess with the podcasting and with the movie reviews, with the any type of podcasting we do, but with the reviews and with the watch parties, especially back to back with that, it kind of, in a sense, it kind of brings us back to that because we all crack jokes on each other and stuff, which is fun. And then just discussing these films and the random combos and just having a great freaking time and a great camaraderie with it. I love this shit, man. Again,
that is really, really cool.
It's something like if I could hit rewind, I wish shit I knew to just hit record for talking about movies as kids, and then putting it out now is like, yo, this is where I fucking started, guys. Like, I really did start talking about this shit as a child. Like, it's not just us talking about it. We just didn't think to record it then, or we didn't have a fucking camera. Them shits were super expensive back then. You can get a decent camera for $40-$50 now. Back in the day, it was like $800. There ain't no way your parents, hey, mom, dad, yo, give me a $900 camera so we can just record each other talking. No. Simple as that.
You're right.
Get a job.
No, you're 100%
I'm
right.
6. All right, then shut up.
Yeah, you guys got me feeling like I'm the big brother in the Goonies and shit. You guys are like Goonies having fun trying to search and find treasure and shit.
It'd be a fun ass adventure. You'd get the most trouble because you're the oldest. And we're just following your lead. You'd be babysitting us, basically. Be watching us. Not babysitting, but you'd be watching us.
Yeah. No, I'd be babysitting because I'll make sure you guys get right and shit.
Bullshit, be doing all the stupid shit you're doing. Yo, come on before Mom gets home. You know when she gets home, if she catches us out before the street lights come on. That's it. You're gonna go first because you're the oldest, though.
Why me?
It was your idea.
Oh,
you lead by example. You know all that stuff that your parents tell you when you're the oldest kid at the time.
Yeah.
And doing something stupid. Your younger sibling follows you, does something even dumber. So you get more trouble because they did something dumber and you did something dumb. She's like, oh man, I should have just did this on my own, I guess.
Yeah, I tell you, I look forward to these evenings and stuff.
They're good.
It's always a bit of fun.
And this right here is what we're talking about, people, where it's a good unwind. And I had a great week, but I'm still going to unwind and just have a good time, talk some films.
Yeah,
I love movies.
I had a good ass week too. You know, I got a 4-day weekend. I ain't working on Monday either. So
there you go.
I mean, I'm gonna enjoy the Roots tomorrow. They're adding more people to the lineup as we speak. So it's gonna be the Roots, Diggable Planets, Far Side, Black Sheep. I think the Jungle Brothers are gonna be there. And I think there was somebody else. And Erykah Badu lives here, so she might show up as well. And if Erykah Badu shows up, I'm shooting my shot.
So that means he's gonna throw his drawers on stage, guys. That's what that means.
Hey, I'm gonna do whatever all means necessary.
So Erykah Badu, if you see a diaper getting thrown at you, it was Troy.
That witch is gonna be mine. She's my age and shit. She older than me.
Oh, so she might throw her diaper right back at you, is what you're saying? You're gonna catch it?
It's Erykah Badu. I just might.
You know what? I take that back, Erykah Badu, because you might put some crazy voodoo or something on me and just ruin me. So I take that back. But Troy's the diaper thrower, not you.
Nah, people that know me, they know my affinity towards that woman. Towards that woman.
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
Erykah Badu she could get it.
Hey, listen. All right, I got one more for you guys.
Sure.
Since you guys both watched this closer to when it came out, if you can rewatch this in your adult years or as your adult selves, but go back to 96, would you? Or are you good just the way you are with this film? Like either way, your first time watch. I was gonna say either way, your first time watch being an adult, but either going back to 96 as an adult or as me being your first time watch like now. Are you good the way you good the way it was?
Yeah, I'm good the way it was. I'm good the way it was. I mean, I was a college kid. It was an experience and stuff, you know, then.
That's fair.
You know, it's like, I mean, that's like I can respect, like I said, I can relate to seeing other motion pictures as a child and stuff and having affirmation for that particular movie, and then might, you know, get a little bit older and thinking a little bit differently about it. So I totally respect that and get that. No, I really, really do. Like, because I know E.T., Time Bandits, loved those movies as a kid. Saw them when I got a little bit older. I was like, what the hell was I watching? You know, so
See,
there's movies out there like that. It's not, and like I said, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. There's no right
I
or
get it.
wrong
No,
answer.
I get it 1,000%. I get it 1,000%. I get it because there's
really,
plenty of films that I can say as a kid I loved and I don't really care for as much now, and then vice versa, just because I understand them better now. So,
but there's those movies. But there's still those movies that withstand the test of time. Like if I'm turning on TV and Lost Boys is on, I will still watch that shit. Back to the Future, is that shit's on, and the trilogy's on.
Yeah,
the whole day's fucked because I'm watching that whole goddamn thing. You know, that's just the way it is.
And I get that, and I love that too, because it's like there's certain movies that have nostalgia on it, no matter how bad some people may think they are nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
That nostalgia, that love for it, you're just like, yo, this movie's still a 10. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. I still love this movie like the first day I seen it. That's just it. That's just it. And I have plenty of movies that are like that, and there's some that aren't that great, but I love them.
I mean, sometimes it's not even. To me, sometimes it's not even movies. If I'm on Sci-Fi Channel, they tell me the Twilight Zone outside, the marathon, shit. Troy Hill's not going anywhere for the rest of the fucking day because I'm watching that shit till it's over. You know, because that's just the childhood, just watching that shit with my grandfather. You know, as like a little kid. You know, and just all the magical moments. You know, just watching
any type of nostalgia with that. Any type of nostalgia with that.
Yeah, everyone has their own certain movies that they watch, no matter what. If it's on, they're gonna watch it.
Yeah. Well, all right. What's really quick? What's 2 for you that if it's on, you're gonna just sit and watch it, no matter what part you do, you'll sit and finish it. I'll say 2 movies. We'll do a quick round table. For me, I'll start with one. I'll say The Lion King is one for me because I love the original Lion King, not that live action shit. I haven't watched that yet, not until Troy's show starts up and we review it. But what's at least one for you guys? What's one movie that if it's on, you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'll watch it.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Which one? The original or the newest?
First one.
The first one, really nice.
How'd you see it? You watched it on TV?
Let's just say.
No, that was the first time I went to the theaters was to watch that one.
Wow, that's badass.
Okay.
I saw it in the theater too, but that's really fucking cool. That's cool.
So
I remember.
Is the theater?
I remember. With that part where he where Shang Tsung grabs Liu Kang's brother, he's like, Liu! That shit had me rolling in the theater, man. I was like damn near crying in the theater when that shit happened. He's like, Liu! Your soul is mine. I'm like, shit. Anyways. But Mortal Kombat was a big part of my life growing up.
That is a fun
one. The video game. I was playing the fuck out of that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Especially like what was it, part 3 where you got like Noob Saibot as a secret character, part 1 or 2 where you got Reptile as a secret character thing, where you could fight him at least.
Was part 3 Ultimate or was there a part 3 in the Ultimate or was part 4 Ultimate? Which one was Ultimate?
I believe part 3 was Ultimate.
Okay.
I believe part 3.
Such a great damn game, man.
It was a fun one. Street Fighter was always my favorite. As a matter of fact, to be exact, Super Street Fighter is still my favorite fighting game of all time. Even more than these newer shits. I just love that game, Super Street Fighter. But Mortal Kombat, those are dope. Killer Instincts were dope. And Killer Instinct, listen, Christian, I love you, bro, but I'm pissed off at you still for this. So this was about 3 years ago. I decided, I was like, I'm gonna break the Super out, have the guys over. I was ordering the fights or whatever, right? And
you got
playing
Street Fighter with that ultra combo.
No, I was playing. I think we may have started out with Killer Instinct. I don't remember. My disrespectful ass younger brother decides that he hit me with one of them ultra combos. Not only did he set the controller down, he left the ultra. Not only did he set the controller down, he walked away from the damn TV. I couldn't do anything. That's bullshit. And then for your I mean, we're adults now, but still for your younger brother to do it of all people, it's just like, what the fuck? And it was since we were kids. That game, he did it to everybody, and would just walk away, walk out. There were times he just walk out of the room and just laughing. I'm like, what the?
That's fucking funny as shit.
That's tough. Killer Instinct. That's always gonna be a wound in my side. I'm gonna get him one of these days. I'm just gonna whoop his ass in Street Fighter. One or the other. You know what? Street Fighter.
I think Mortal Kombat's a cool ass choice. And stuff with me.
Yeah.
You guys probably never even heard this movie, but it's called a movie called Time After Time. It stars Malcolm McDowell.
I heard the song.
It's a time travel movie that deals with no, that song is not in the fucking movie. But it deals with time travel where Malcolm McDowell plays a character, H.G. Wells, you know, the guy that wrote the book about a time machine or whatever. But anyways, his best friend or whatever, it takes place like in Scotland Yard some way. But any kind of way, his best friend ends up being Jack the Ripper. So he steals a time machine and he ends up traveling to like 1970 San Francisco or whatever. And he has to track his ass down. That's like it's probably my favorite time travel movie and stuff. But it's like one of those movies that it just brings back so many memories of the people that you sat and watched the movie with as a kid that might not be around here anymore, might passed on or whatever. So that's like a movie. If it's on, I would definitely stop and watch that shit. You know.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Another one. It's tough. I could say the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie because I just love that movie. Mm-hmm. But
I aged out before this is like such a weird damn time. But go ahead.
Yeah, you aged out for a lot of things, man.
No, it's like that was straight black and white comic book when I was at that age. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and shit. It's like I understand the fascination of it with people, but it's just I was already.
I wish there was a way you could have gotten that joy from it, just to really like. I understand you get it, but just to like really get like that. Just think I had the fandom of it.
So many fans of that stuff, but it's just I aged out by that time. You know, that's the only way.
Well, man, if you look at it. If you listen, instead of being born in 1919, you should have just waited till the 80s like the rest of us did.
Well, there's a whole bunch of problems. In 1919, it's like the stock market crash was getting ready to happen and all this shit. So I was trying to prepare and save my little orphan Annie Ovaltine or whatever the fuck I needed to save to try to survive.
Well, get one of them damn time machines to do it over. Do it the right way next time. Come to the 80s.
Hey, I'm open for a reboot of Time After Time. Actually, I've written a couple of treatments for that shit in my spare time. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Movie treatments that Troy Hill wrote that never went any fucking where.
That'd be a fun one. That'd be a fun conversation.
I got some stupid ass, silly ass ideas. I even have a movie about the reason why you were taught square dancing and shit in high school for no goddamn reason. I have a movie that covers that in great detail.
I wasn't square dancing. No, I wasn't taught that in high school. But you're in Texas, so I get it.
I'm not from here. We were taught that shit in Wisconsin, man.
It was
a square dancing course, and nobody.
There's a lot of cows and cheese there, and cowboy hats, so I get it. I've never been there before. I'm just assuming. I heard there's a lot of cheese there. I'm assuming there's a lot of cows there because dairy. You need dairy to make cheese, and people love cowboy hats, even though it's cold there. Straw hats, chewing on straw.
You see, this kind of like that life. He's like he's the big city, and I'm supposed to be the country bumpkin or whatever. Let's catch you later, big.
No, not even.
I'll see you in New York City.
It's more like a Texas guy, Yeah, the stirrups and stuff. Probably a horse, a saddle.
I clearly do. I've been sitting on a horse this whole fucking time. Oh, whoa!
That would have been hilarious. Troy just chilling on a horse.
All of a sudden, whoa!
Relax.
Pulling up like Django.
Yeah.
Goddamn, Django. That's a badass movie, ain't it? Shit.
Oh man.
There's another superhero movie, Django. There's more superheroes out there than Black Panther.
This guy said a superhero movie. Which, really quick before we wrap this up, because I did forget to, I didn't spin a wheel tonight, but I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm going to make an executive decision, and I already know what movie's going to be next Friday. Because we talked about it. That right there. Planet Terror, my friend. Planet Terror.
Well,
so next Friday.
Well, sir, you will be seeing my ass again. Because I haven't seen that shit for a while, but I will be back.
I've never seen it, and I'm actually I have the next 2 movies. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek for the next 2 weeks, and I'm rewatching this. I told myself I'd never rewatch it again because before I get to it, this movie really, really hurt my heart. But you know, you gotta be tough and rip the Band-Aid off, and you gotta go at it again. I'll explain why after. But Death Proof. I know it says it in Spanish. The cover just looks dope, and the lettering and all that stuff looks dope. Giovanni, that says Death Proof, right? Yes.
I enjoyed it. That's like one of the most horrendous accident sequences I've ever seen in my life.
And that's the part that bothered me was those beautiful, innocent
Women.
muscle cars. No, I don't care
I'm
about
talking,
the women.
I'm talking about the women. When she got that
They-
truck, when that tire hit that woman in the head and crushed her fucking skull, that was
Listen.
some creepy looking weird shit, man.
They shouldn't have been driving those muscle cars. They should have been driving like a Ford Festiva or some bullshit like that.
Before
Anything
Festiva's a
else?
shoe. That's a shoe for me.
That's fine. That's fine. They didn't need no muscle car. There's a lot of room for them.
Man, they hit her and shot her sexy leg off all the way out the damn ditch somewhere, man. That was a messed up, horrific scene.
It was wild, but we're gonna see it again in 2 weeks, and I cannot
You know,
wait for that.
you know, from that movie, who I was crushing over the most was the stunt woman. Yep.
I gotta
Erica
see.
Erica Badu and the stunt woman can get it.
I gotta see that. Well, we will see that movie again in 2 weeks. I was gonna say I have to see that movie again, but I've never seen it. Or I haven't seen it in a while, and then Planet Terror I've never seen, so I'm excited to see that.
Planet Terror has a funny moment and shit, and I'm gonna look at you when that moment happens. I'm gonna make sure my ass is here for the watch party.
I cannot.
Because I laughed loud as hell at the theater when that shit happened. The marketing, I will say, the marketing of the marketing of those movies were pretty damn badass. I was really hyped up to see those movies at the theater. You know, I was really hyped up, and I wasn't disappointed. Planet Terror could have been a little bit better, but I wasn't that disappointed.
I feel like it's gonna be a fun ride. I can almost guarantee. I know Death Proof is a fun ride. I get emotional.
It is.
You know,
You will enjoy that for sure, because it is one of those movies, roller coaster ride, so to speak.
Yeah, Death Proof is a roller coaster of emotions. You're right, Troy. I'll make sure I hug my car before I watch it and after. Oh yeah, you just looked up at me like this guy really just said that bullshit. I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm getting my turntables ready, dude.
We're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna get on out of here. Make sure you guys go check out Troy Hill Talks and go check out Troy Hill. He's about to go live after this. He's gonna do his after party DJing on TikTok. Woo!
It's the after
Can't wait
30.
for that.
It's the after 30.
That's what he's calling it tonight. Maybe I'll call that from now on. Show up, go for the after 30. If I'm there or not, you need to show up because it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fire. He plays some great music. He has a great time, great conversation, all that good shit. Go show up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's like I said, it's like my little release and stuff. You know, if you're a homebody and you just want to hear some good music, some music you probably never heard of before, so this is the place to go because I'll play some popular things. And
people under 57, you're going to enjoy it too. People under 45, you're going to enjoy it as well. People under 30, you're going to enjoy it. Everybody, it's for everybody. You just have to enjoy music and a good time and a great
from 1919.
No, they didn't have music then. Music from 1919. That was just
it's gonna be
stuff like that. The first instrument Troy played was putting pebbles in his hand and just shaking them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a handful of sand. I'm gonna throw it in the ground and start tap dancing and shit.
Oh man, but seriously though, guys, go check out Troy Hill Talks. His links are in the description. Go check out Gio's Hope for Kids. What he does is amazing. Collecting book bags for children and giving them away. Awesome. Collecting money, of course, you know. So go donate to that because that's an amazing thing. And it's very, 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 very important. And of course, check out Horror with Sturdy. Come back for Stardovision next week for Planet Terror. It's going to be a great time. Come back for Death Proof. Come back for Horror with Sturdy and Popcorn and Pints and shit and all that good shit too, because tomorrow was an episode dropping. It is not live of Popcorn and Pines. Actually, it's tonight, technically at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Madam Web and what was the other one? Morbius. See how we feel about those two movies. With that said, I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.